Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am Rashid Kiani, and today I am delivering my fifth lecture on the topic triangle, quadrilaterals, and polygons. So this is exercise 11B of D1 Mathematics O levels, and exercise 11B is this. So this is exercise 11B, and question number one is find the values of unknown in each of the following rectangles. These are two parts, part A and part B of question number one. We have to find the angles that are unknown in these rectangles, that is the A degree and B degree in part one, C degree and D degree in part B. So let us solve these questions. So this is question A, and we have to just find the value of unknowns. That is, the first value is A degree. The first value is A degree. We have to find the value of A degree, and its adjacent angle is 54 degrees. As you know that all the interior angles of rectangle are of 90 degrees or right angles. So the sum of A degree and 54 degree is equals to 90 degree. So A degree plus 54 degree is equals to 90 degrees. So the value of A degree will be equals to 36 degrees. As we subtract 54 from 90 degrees, we get the value of A degree, which is equals to 36 degrees. So this is the value of A. Now consider the triangle ABC, where B degree is to be found, and the next angle is of 54 degree, and the third angle is obviously 90 degrees, because all the interior angles of a rectangle are of right angles or 90-degree angles. So B degree plus 54 degree plus 90 degree is equals to 180 degree, as the sum of interior angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degree. So we subtract both these angles from 180 degree, that is B degree is equals to 180 minus 54 minus 90. The answer of B degree is equals to 36 degrees. So B degree is also equals to 36 degrees. Now the part B is we have to just find the value of C degree and the value of D degree. As you can see in the triangle, let this point is E. BCE is the triangle where C degree is the angle. The next angle is 39 degree, and the third angle is obviously 90 degrees. So we put the sum of these three angles equals to 180 degrees, because these are the interior angles of a triangle BCE. So C degree plus 39 degree plus 90 degree is equals to 180 degree. Now the value of C degree is equals to 180 minus 39 minus 90, and the value of C degree is equals to, if we subtract these angles from 180, we get the value of C degree, which is equals to 51 degrees. So this is the value of C degree. Now we have to find the value of D degree. For that we have to find this angle in the rectangle, that is as sum of these two angles is equals to 90 degrees. So let us consider this angle is equals to X degree. So the angle DCE plus angle ECB, the sum of these angle is equals to 90 degrees, because all the interior angles of a rectangle are right angles. So DCE, we know the value of ECB, that is 39 degrees, is equals to 90 degree. We subtract this angle DCE equals to 90 minus 39, and we get the value of DCE. Subtracting 39 from 90, we get the value which is equals to 49 degrees. Sorry, 51 degrees. 51 degrees. So the value of this angle or x degree is equals to 51 degrees. Now we put the sum of these three angles equals to 180 degree, that is in triangle DCE. The sum of these angles d degree plus 51 degree plus 78 degree equals to 180 degree. Subtracting these two angles, d degree equals to 180 minus 51 minus 78. Subtracting these two angles, we get the value of d degree, that is equals to, that is again equals to 51 degrees. 51 degrees. So hence the answer of this question. Now let us solve the question number 2. And the question number 2 is this one. Find the values of unknown in each of the following parallelograms. These are parallelograms. We have to find the values of unknowns. That is, we have to find in part A the value of A degree and B degree. As you know, in parallelogram, opposite angles are equal in magnitude. So let us solve these two parts. This is the question number 2, part A. As both are these are parallelograms, so opposite side angles in a parallelogram are equal. So A degree is equals to 106 degrees because opposite angles in parallelogram are equal. So A degree is equals to 106 degrees. We have got the value of A degree. Now we have to find the value of B degree. As in parallelogram, the internal angles bisected by the diagonals. So you can see the diagonal BD, it actually bisects the angle at point B. So this angle is also is equals to 48 degrees. Now, so as a diagonal bisects the interior angle, so let us write it as angle ABD is equals to angle DBC, DBC, which is equals to 48 degree. Its mean angle ABD is equals to 48 degrees. Now we know the two of angles, one is 106 degree and other one is 48 degree. We consider the triangle ADB. In triangle ADB, the sum of these interior angles in triangle ADB, B degree plus 106 degree plus 48 degree is equals to 180 degree. We put the sum of these angles equals to 180 degree. So we get the value of B degree, that is 180 minus 106 minus 48. Subtracting these two angles from 180, we get the value of B degree, that is equals to 48 degree. So the value of B degree is 48 degree. Now solving the part B, you know, in a parallelogram, AB is parallel to DC, opposite sides are parallel. So AD is the line which act as a transversal. So sum of these two angles, 4C degree and 5C degree, is equals to 180 degree because both are interior angles. So 4C degree plus 5C degree is equals to 180 degree because both are interior angles, and the sum of interior angles between two parallel lines is equals to 180 degree. Both are interior angles. It means 5 plus 4 9C degree equals to 180 degree. So the value of C degree is equals to 180 degree divided by 9. So C degree is equals to 20 degree. This is the value of C degree. Now, as you know, the opposite angles in a parallelogram are equal. So this angle is also equals to 5C degree. Now 5C degree and 2D degree are internal angles between two parallel lines. We can put the sum of these two angles equals to 180 degree, or otherwise we can put 2D degree equals to 4C degree, because opposite angles in a parallelogram are equal. So, so the sum of 4C degree and 2D degree, because both these angles are opposite angles, so both these angles are equal. We have to find the value of D degree. So we write 2D first and put it equals to 4C degree. We know the value of C degree, so 2D degree equals to 4 times 20 degree. 20 times 4 is 80 degree. 2D degree is equals to 80 degree, and dividing it by 2 we get the value of D degree, that is D degree is equals to 80 over 2, which is equals to 40 degree. Hence the value of D degree is. So this was the question number 2. Now let us solve the question number 3. This is the question number 3, where it is saying that find the values of unknowns in each of the following kites. So these are kites. The basic property of kite is that the adjacent sides are equal in length. That is, AD is equals to CD, as well as AB is equals to BC. So by using this property, we can find the value of A degree and the value of B degree. So let us solve this question. So this is the part A of question number 3, where we know that AD is equals to CD. The diagram is actually made by hand, so if there is any mistake in the diagram, but you must know that in a kite, the adjacent sides are equal in length. So AD is equals to CD. So we know that angles opposite to the equal sides are always equal. So this angle is always is also equals to A degree. Now we will consider the triangle ADC, where two are the angles are A degrees, and third angle is of 100 degree. We put the sum of these three angles equals to 180 degree. So in triangle ADC, A degree plus A degree plus 100 degree, because these are the three interior angles of a triangle, the sum of them is equals to 180 degrees. So this becomes 2A degree plus 100 degree equals to 180 degree. We separate the 100 degree from 180 degree, and the answer becomes 180 minus 100. 2A degree equals to 80 degree, and dividing it by 2, A degree, the value of A degree will be equals to 80 over 2, and it is equals to 40 degree. So this was the value of A degree. Now we will find the value of B degree. As you can also see that in kite, these two sides AB is equals to CB, and because the angles opposite to the equivalent sides are equivalent, so this angle is also equivalent to 61 degrees, as the angle at point C is equals to 61 degrees. So now we will consider the triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, the sum of three angles, three interior angles, the one is B degree and the other two are 61 degrees. Other two are 61 degrees each. So B degree plus 61 degree plus 61 degree is equals to 180 degree. So B degree is equals to 180 minus 61 minus 61. Subtracting these two angles from 180 degree, we get the value of b degree, which is equals to 58 degree. Hence both the unknowns in part A are now nouns. Now we will solve the part B of this exercise. As in a kite, the diagonal AC bisects the interior angles. So if uh, DAB is the angle and half of it is equals to 40 degree, then this half is also equals to 40 degrees. So now we will consider the triangle ADC. Putting the sum of interior angles equals to 180 degree, we get the value of C degree, which is the only unknown in this diagram. So as I have wrote over here that angle DAC is equals to angle CAB. Angle CAB, because the diagonal bisects the interior angle and this angle is equals to 40 degrees. Now in triangle ADC, we have the three angles, that is C degree plus 40 degree plus 26 degree. We'll put the sum of these three angles equals to 180 degree. Subtracting these two angles from 180, we get 180 minus 40 minus 26. After subtracting 40 and 26 from 180, we get the value of C degree, that is equals to 144 degrees. Sorry. Subtracting 180, 40 from 180, we get 140, and subtracting another 26, we get 114 degrees. 114 degrees. This is the value of C degree. So this was the question number 3. Now let us solve the question number 4. And the question number 4, part A, is this one. Find the values of unknown in each of the following squares. These are squares, and the diagonals in a square bisects the interior angle, one thing, and diagonal intersect at an angle of 90 degrees. But in part A, the DF is not a diagonal, because F is the point between the line AB, not at point B. So this is the angle F. Angle at point F is B degree, which we have to find, and this is the angle A degree, which need to be find. So let us solve this question. So as you know that the diagonal in a square bisects the interior angles. So all the angles in a square are equals to 90 degrees. So if this angle is equals to 90 degrees, then this angle is also equals to 90 degrees. But as the diagonal intersects and bisects the interior angle, so this angle in the triangle CED, the angle ECD or the angle DCE, this one is equals to 45 degrees, because the diagonal bisects the interior angles and the complete angle was of 90 degrees, but this half angle is equals to 45 degrees. Hence we can find the third angle by putting the sum of three interior angles in a triangle equals to 180 degree. So it means that angle ACD is equals to 45 degree, because diagonals bisects the interior angles. So ACD is 45 degrees. Now in triangle CED, we have the three angles. Let the angle at point D is x degree. So we have the three angles, that is x degree plus 82 degree plus 45 degree is equals to 180 degree, as the sum of interior angles in a triangle is equals to 180 degree. Subtracting these two angles from 180 degree, we get 180 minus 82 minus 45, and subtracting these two angles, we get the value of x degree, which is equals to 53 degrees. The value of x degree will be equals to 53 degrees. Now we need to find the value of a degree. As you know, in a square, all the interior angles are right angle. So this is the interior angle, and sum of a degree and x degree will be equals to 90 degree. So the value of a degree plus x degree equals to 90 degree. Hence we get the value of a degree, that is a degree equals to 90 minus x degree. Putting the value of x degree, which is 53 degrees, we get the value of a degrees. Now a degree is equals to 90 minus 53. Subtracting 53 from 90, we get the value of a degree, that is equals to 37 degrees. 37 degrees. Now we need to find the value of b degree. For that, we will use the triangle DAF. Let this point is F, where the angle B is B degree is located. Let this point is F. We will consider the triangle AFD, where we know the angle one, which is A degree, and the other angle at point A is of 90 degree. We need to find the angle at point F. Let us represent it by Y degree. So in triangle ADF, sum of interior angles, one is A degree plus angle at point A is 90 degree plus the third angle at point F is Y degree is equals to 180 degree. We know the value of A degree, and the value of A degree is 37 degrees. So we put the value of A degree, 37 degree plus 90 degree plus Y degree is equals to 180 degree. Subtracting these two angles from 180 degree, 180 minus 90 minus 37. So y degree, the value of y degree is equals to 180 minus 90 is 90, and 90 minus 37 is 53. So the value of y degree is 53 degree. Now you know the angles in a straight line sum up to 180 degree. So y degree and b degree are the angles in a straight line. These are adjacent angles. So their sum is equals to 180 degree. So y degree plus b degree is equals to 180 degree. We will subtract the y degree from 180 degree to get the value of b degree, and the value of b degree is 180 minus y degree, and this is equals to 180 minus 53 degree, and the value of b degree is equals to 127 degrees. 127 degrees. Hence we have find the value of unknown in this part. Now let us solve the part B of this question. Here we need to find the value of c degree. Value of c degree in triangle CEF, both are these angles are equals to c degree. We need to find the value of c degree, as in a square the diagonal bisects the interior angle, and interior angle is of 90 degrees, but this half angle is equals to 45 degrees, because as the diagonal bisects the interior angle, after bisection this half angle remains equals to 45 degrees. So in triangle CEF, c degree plus c degree plus 45 degree is equals to 180 degree, as the interior angles of triangle sum up to 180 degree. So 2c degree is equals to 180 minus 45 degree. So the value of c degree is equals to 135 degrees. Dividing it by 2, the value of c degree is equals to 135 over 2, and the answer is 67.5. The value of c degree is equals to 67.5. Now we need to find the value of d degree, as the diagonals in a square intersects at a right angle. So AC and BD are two diagonals that are intersecting at a right angle. So these two angles sum up to 90 degree, because the diagonal intersects at an angle of 90 degrees. So sum of d degree and c degree is equals to 90 degree. So d degree plus c degree is equals to 90 degree. So the value of c degree is 67.5. So d degree plus 67.5 is equals to 90. Subtracting 67.5 from 90, we get the value of d degree, that is 90 minus 67.5. Subtracting, we get the value of d, which is equals to 22.5. 22.5. So this becomes the answer of the question. Hence, we have found all the unknowns in this part B of question number 4. Now let us solve the question number 5. And the question number 5 is this. Find the values of a noun in each of the following rhombuses. In part A, B, C, D is a rhombus where A degree and B degree are unknowns. We need to find the values of A degree and B degree. The properties of a rhombus is that in rhombus the diagonal bisects the interior angles, as well as all the sides of rhombus are equal in length, and opposite sides are parallel to each other. By using these properties, we will find the values of unknown. But the most important property for this question is also that the opposite angles are equal in magnitude. So a degree will be equals to 114 degrees. So let us solve this question. Here, first of all, a degree is equals to 114 degrees because opposite angles in a rhombus are equal in magnitude. So a degree is equals to 114 degrees. Now you know, in rhombus all the four sides are equal in length. So side AB is equals to the side BC. This is a very famous property of a triangle, that angles opposite to the equivalent sides are always equal. So if this angle is equals to B degrees, then this angle is also equals to B degrees. So we, in triangle ABC, we have the three interior angles, that is B degree, and 114 degrees. So we will put the sum of these three angles equals to 180 degree. So in triangle ABC, B degree plus B degree plus 114 degree is equals to 180 degrees. This becomes 2b degree equals to 180 minus 114 degrees. Subtracting 114 from 180, we get the value of b degree, that is 66 degree. Dividing it by 2, we get the value of b degree, that is 66 over 2, which is equals to 33 degrees. So this becomes the value of b degree. We already find the value of a degree. Both unknowns in this part are found. Now let us move toward the part B of question number 5. Here we need to find the value of c degree and the value of d degree. So value of d degree we will find in some later, but as a DC is parallel to AB, opposite sides in a rhombus are parallel to each other. So BD act as a diagonal. BD here act as a diagonal. So C degree can be equals to 38 degree by the property of alternate angles. But as you know that in rhombus all the sides are of equal length. So AB is equals to AD. So the opposite angles, this angle is also equals to 38 degree. And there is a other property that the diagonal in a rhombus bisects the interior angle. So if this half angle is equals to 38 degree, then this remaining half which is represented by C degree is also equals to 38 degree. So the C degree is equals to 38 degree very clearly. Now we will consider the triangle ABD. In triangle ABD, we have the three interior angles, that is D degree, 38 and 38. So D degree plus 38 plus 38 is equals to 180 degree. We subtract these two angles from 180 degree to get the value of D degree, that is 180 minus 38 minus 38, and the value of D degree is equals to 104 degrees. 104 degrees. This was the part B in question number 5. Now we will solve the part C. And you can see the part C is a rhombus where AB is parallel to DC and BC is parallel to AD. This is a rhombus. And here we have to find two unknowns, that is one is E degree and other one is F degree. First we have to find the value of E degree, and the value of E degree can easily be found as this opposite angle is equals to 42 degrees, and the value of A degree will be equals to 42 degrees because the diagonal in a rhombus bisects the interior angle. If this angle is of 42 degree, then this angle is also equals to 42 degrees. And if this angle is 42 degrees, then E degree is 42 degrees because the angle opposite to the equivalent sides are always equal. So E degree is equals to 42 degrees. You can write here the reason that uh, alternate angles because E degree and 42 degree are alternate angles too, because DC is parallel to AB, the side DC is parallel to AB, and E degree and 42 degrees are alternate angles. Now we will consider the triangle DEA, or you can write it as triangle in triangle AED. AED. We need to find the value of F degree. We know that in rhombus, diagonal intersects each other at an angle of 90 degrees or at right angles. So we have two angles in this triangle DEA or AED, that one is 42 degrees and other one is of 90 degrees. And the third angle is of F degrees. We put the sum of these three angles, F degree plus 90 degree plus 42 degree equals to 180 degree, and the value of F degree is equals to 180 minus 90 minus 42. Subtracting 90 from 180 we get 90, and subtracting 42 from 90 we get 48 degrees. The value of F degree is 48 degrees. Hence the answer of this question. This was the question number 5, and now we will solve the question number. Question number 6 is the figure shows a rectangle ABCD where the diagonal AC and BD intersects at point E. This is the rectangle ABCD, and the diagonal AC and BD are intersecting at point E. This is the angle which is equals to 52 degrees, and the diagonal actually bisects each other. So it's mean AE is equals to EC and BE is equals to ED. Uh, uh, we need to find the angle ADB and ACD. So let us solve this question. Before solving this question, you need to know that this angle is equals to 52 degrees because this is vertically opposite angle. So angle AED is equals to 52 degrees. Now, as the diagonal bisects each other, so the line AE is equals to ED, and these two angles are equal because angle opposite to the equivalent sides are equal. So let us consider this angle is equals to x degree and this angle is also equals to x degree. Now we have the triangle AED. In triangle AED, the sum of three interior angles, that is x degree plus 52 degree, is equals to 180 degree because sum of interior angles of triangle is equals to 180 degree. So 2x degree plus 52 degree is equals to 180 degree. We subtract 52 degree from 180, so the 2x degree is equals to 180 minus 52. Now 2x degree is equals to, subtracting 52 from 180, we get 128 degree, and hence we get the value of x degree by dividing 128 by 2. Now the value of x degree is equals to 64 degrees. So this is the value of x degree, and what do you mean by x degree? X degree is this angle, that is ADB, which was required. So ADB is equals to 64 degree. So part one of question 6 is solved. Now let us solve part 2. Part 2, we need to find angle ACB. Where the angle ACB is, sorry, this is the angle ACD. In the question, ACD is the angle, not ACB. We need to find ACD. Angle ACD. So this is the angle ACD which we have to find. Uh, For that, I need to find first this angle and then this angle. So this angle, that is DEC, can be easily found because sum of these two angles is equals to 180 degree because these two angles lies in a straight line. So the angle DEC plus 52 degrees is equals to 180 degree. Subtracting 52 degree from 180 degree, we get the angle DEC, which is equals to 180 minus 52, and the answer is 128 degrees. So this angle is equals to 128 degrees. We have found the one of this angle. As you know, in rectangle, all the interior angles are right angles. So this is the interior angle, and x is now the value of x is known over here, and the sum of these two angles is equals to 90 degree. So x degree plus EDC, x degree plus angle EDC is equals to 90 degree. So what is the value of x degree? It is equals to 64 degrees plus EDC equals to 90 degree. We subtract 64 from 90 to get the value of EDC equals to 90 minus 64. Subtracting 64 from 90, we get the value EDC equals to 26 degrees. So this angle is equals to 26 degrees. This angle is 26 degrees. Now in triangle DEC, we know two angles. One is 128 degree and other one is 26 degree. And we have to find the angle ACD. Now we will consider the triangle DEC. In triangle DEC, the sum of interior angles, one is 26 degree, other one is 128 degree, and the third one is angle ACD. The sum of these angle is equals to 128, 180 degree, because these are interior angles of a triangle. So ACD equals to 180 minus 128 minus 26 degrees. Subtracting these two angles from 180 degree, we get the value of ACD, which is equals to 26 degrees, which is equals to 26 degrees. Hence, the value of ACD is known. So this was the question number 6. Now we will solve the question number 7. The question number 7 is, the figure shows a parallelogram ABCD where BAD is 65 degrees, E lies on DC such that BED is equals to 125 degrees. So this is the parallelogram where AB is parallel to DC and BC is parallel to AD. This is a parallelogram. Angle at point A is 65 degrees. E is the point on the line DC such that the angle BED is 125 degrees, which is shown in front of you. Um, as we know that in parallelogram, opposite angles are equal in magnitude. So angle at point A is 65 degrees. Then the angle at point C is also 65 degrees. Let the angle at point D is x degrees. Then the angle at point B is also x degrees. We put the sum of all four angles equals to 360 degree to get the angle at point D, which is required ADE. ADE is the angle at point D. So let us solve this question. This is the diagram where you can see that angle at point A is 65 degrees. So the angle at point C is equals to 65 degrees to, it means that angle BCD is equals to 65 degrees because opposite angles in in a parallelogram are equals. Now let us consider the angle at point D is equals to x degree. So the angle at point B is also equals to x degrees. This complete angle is equals to x degrees. Now we will put the sum of all these four angles equals to 360 degree because sum of interior angles in a polygon in a in a in a quadrilateral, sum of interior angles in a quadrilateral is always equals to 360 degrees. So in quadrilateral, in parallelogram A B C D, the sum of interior angles, one is 65 degree, other one is also at point C 65 degrees, angle at point D is x degrees, and angle at point B is also equals to x degrees. We put the sum of these four angles equals to 360 degrees. Now x degree plus x degree becomes 2x degrees. We subtract these two angles from 360 degree in the right side. 360 minus 65 minus 65, we get the value of 2x degree, which is equals to, subtracting 360 from 230 degrees, we get 230 degrees. Dividing it by 2, we get the value of x degree, that is equals to 230 divided by 2. Dividing it by 2, we get the value of x degree, which is equals to 115 degrees. It means that as the angle at point D is x degree and the value of x degree now is 115 degrees, so this angle is required in part 1, that the angle ADE is equals to x degree and it is equals to 115 degrees. Hence we have found the value of the angle ADE. Now we will solve the second part of this question, and the second part is CBE. CBE, where the angle CBE is, this is the angle CBE. This is the angle CBE. We have to find this angle. For that, we need to find this angle first, and you can see that 125 degrees and this angle BEC lies in a straight line. So first we find this angle BEC plus 125. Their sum is equals to 180 degree because these are adjacent angles or these are angles in a straight line. So the angle BEC now equals to 180 minus 125. Subtracting 125 from 180, we get 55 degrees. 55 degrees. So the angle this is equals to 55 degrees. So this angle is equals to 55 degrees. Now we will consider the triangle BEC. In triangle BEC, the sum of interior angles is equals to 180 degree. So the first interior angle is CBE, which is required. CBE plus 55 degree plus 65 degree is equals to 180 degree. So angle CBE is equals to 180 minus 55 minus 65. Subtracting these two angles from 180, we get the value of CBE, which is equals to 60 degree. Hence the answer of this question. I hope you understand. This was the question number 7, and now we will solve the question number 8. And the question number 8 is, the figure shows a rhombus ABCD. The diagonals DB is produced to E such that BC is equals to BE. So this is the rhombus A, B, C and D. This is the diagonal BD and it is produced toward E such that BC is equals to BE. These two lines are equal in length. Okay. Now and CDE is equals to 46 degrees. If this angle CDE CDE, this angle is equals to 46 degrees and DB is the diagonal, and you know in rhombus diagonal bisects the interior angles, then the angle ADB is also 46 degrees. Angle CBD is also equals to 46 degrees. Angle ABD is also equals to 46 degrees. So all these angles, angle at point D uh, in the upper side towards C is 46 degree. It will also equals to 46 degree toward A, and the angle at point B on both directions are equals to 46 degrees because the diagonal bisects the interior angle. Is if half of the angle is 46 degree, then the remaining half is also equals to 46 degrees. We need to find the angles BAD and BCE. So let us solve this question. Here, the angle at point D, that is the angle CDE. This is the point E. CDE is 46 degree. Then this angle is also equals to 46 degree. then this angle is also equals to 46 degree, and this angle is also equals to 46 degree because diagonal bisects the interior angles. So we need to find the angle BAD. This is the angle which we have to find, BAD. So the angle BAD in triangle ABD, BAD plus 46 degree plus 46 degree is equals to 180 degree. We are considering the triangle BAD, and these are the three interior angles of the triangle. So the sum of these angles is equals to 180 degree. Hence BAD is equals to 180 minus 46. Subtracting these two angles, we get the angle BAD, which is equals to 88 degrees. 88 degrees. And so part 1 is solved. Now we will solve the part 2, and the part 2 is angle BCE. We need to find this angle. This angle BCE is to be find. To find this angle, we first need to find this angle. As you can see that DBE is a straight line. So the angle 46 degrees and the angle at point B, their sum is equals to 180 degree because this angle lies in a straight line. So first we need to find this angle at point B. So the angle CBE, CBE plus 46 degree is equals to 180 degree, and CBE is equals to 180 minus 46. CBE is equals to 134 degrees. Subtracting 46 from 180, we get 134 degrees. Okay, now this angle at point B, this angle at point B is 134 degrees. As you know, as it is given in the question that the line BC is equals to the line BE, and it is shown by this these cross lines. If these two lines are equal, then opposite angles are also equal. Let us consider this angle is equals to y degree, and this angle will also be equals to y degree because angle opposite to the equivalent sides are equivalent. Now we will consider the triangle BEC. In triangle BEC, the sum of interior angle, one is 134 degree, other two are y degrees plus y degree. Their sum is equals to 180 degree. So 2y degree equals to 180 minus 134. Subtracting 134 from y 180 degree, we get the value which is equals to 46 degrees. 46 degrees. Dividing by 2, we get the value of y degree. Y degree equals to 46 over 2. Dividing 46 by 2, we get 23 degrees. So hence the value of angle BCE is equals to 23 degrees. Hence the answer of the question. This was the question number 8, and with question number 8, I just end the lecture. In my next lecture, I will solve question number 8 to question number 16 of this exercise. Uh, and till then, take care of yourself and do not forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.